Hi, welcome to this video. On November 12th at 5:34 a.m. Pacific time, there is a full moon at 19 degrees 52 minutes of Taurus happening, opposing the Sun at 19:52 of Scorpio and Mercury retrograde at 17:42 of Scorpio. You may already know this, but Mercury is actually transiting in front of the Sun during this time, so this is a astronomical event as well, so it's kind of exciting. And they are actually forming a cradle with Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn and Neptune in Pisces. So the Sun and Mercury will be trine Neptune retrograde at 15 degrees 59 minutes of Pisces, and then the moon will be trining Saturn and Pluto. Saturn's at 16 degrees and Pluto's at 21 degrees of Capricorn, and then Saturn and Pluto will sextile Sun and Mercury, and then Neptune is sextile the moon, the full moon. So this is bringing up issues of power as well as issues of collective trauma and healing that needs to take place. So it also is bringing up what our values are in regards to the systems and the structures that are in place. So kind of a lot of things being brought up right now all at once. And with this opposition and the opposition to Mercury retrograde, there could be different things being brought up to the surface to be discussed, especially around taboo subjects and these issues of power, certain things being revealed in power dynamics, and also looking at the shadow side to what our values are. And so like refining our values and looking at them in a new way. And then with that sextile and trine to the Saturn and Pluto, this is definitely like confirming those things, the power dynamics, what are our collective values, what kinds of systems are going to be more conducive to what our collective values are, and looking at that collective trauma, the Neptune in Pisces, sextile Saturn and Pluto, and it's closer sextile to Saturn right now. So this is also about bringing the ideal into reality, but also looking at the deep and dark places within our subconscious and the collective unconscious. And then, of course, the trine, and then Mercury is really close to Neptune, trining it within 1 degree or like 2 degrees approximately. And then so when you're looking at that, you're like getting all this information, especially new information coming to light, or old information that's been suppressed coming to light. So that's going to bring about deep transformation. And like this whole thing is very Plutonian and very, the Saturnian thing is there as well. So this is going to be really like deeply transformative. And when you think about Pluto, this dense planet, it's like the way to deal with Pluto is by first becoming aware of that dense energy within yourself. And so like when you look at that dense energy, what happens is it starts to kind of reveal itself and begins to dissipate and become more, well, when you think about Neptune involved, it dissolves it. So then it kind of comes into our collective awareness, and then through that there is healing and there's understanding. Because right now I think what's starting to happen is we're starting to look at things from a more understanding point of view. Things have been very demonized recently, a lot of pointing fingers and a lot of that kind of energy, and there could still be a lot of that as well, but the Neptune being involved, I feel like, is going to bring more compassion into the picture, and having us be like, maybe demonizing these things isn't the path forward to us collectively healing these dark things of humanity. So I think, well, especially with certain movies coming out, which I actually haven't even seen, but with Joker coming out, it's all about understanding the darkness and really trying to figure out how can we heal these traumas that get created because of the demonization of certain attributes that humans have. So yeah, like, I just feel like that's kind of what this full moon is about. And then there's also Mars sextile, Mars in Libra at 25 degrees, sextile Jupiter in Sagittarius at 25 degrees on this day. So this is going to be great for debating and having discussions around differing points of view. So bridging opposites and looking at things from a more expanded viewpoint, looking at things, the different philosophies of different people, so that we can have a greater understanding of all of the issues that we're facing right now. And so it's really going to be about widening your horizons intellectually and really maybe expanding beyond your core beliefs a little bit, like trying to put yourself in other people's shoes a little bit. And that's also confirmed by Venus being at 13 degrees of Sagittarius, squaring Neptune, which is at around 15 degrees of Pisces. So Venus square Neptune is going to bring up this kind of energy as well. Like, Neptune is going to be bringing its own ideals. Like, it has an illusory vibe, so like coming, into contact with the illusions that you hold and the delusions that you hold, and where you're over idealistic and unrealistic. Venus in Sagittarius is helping you see maybe other people's points of view a little easier, and expanding your awareness to see another point of view into, because Venus does rule Libra, it also rules Taurus. So looking at it from the Libra perspective, it's going to be kind of understanding another person's point of view. Looking at it from the Taurus perspective, it's going to be about what are your values and what you stand for. And then, so it's going to be like kind of that combination of, that's where Venus kind of is like, it really knows who it is, but it is also willing to see like another person's point of view. And like with Sagittarius, it's all about the belief systems and things of that nature. So definitely arguments of ideology or philosophy could be coming up quite often right now, and an attempt to really see other people's points of view could also be coming up, especially if you're open to doing that. And of course, if you are very stubborn or maybe Taurian in nature, then you may be standing even stronger in your ideals, stronger in your beliefs, and willing to stand up for those things. The other thing that happens later that day is the Mars sextile Jupiter is in conjunct the moon in Taurus. So it creates a yod. So there may be a need to stand strong in your values when it comes to these things at some point during the day, especially because, it's good to try to understand other people's points of view and stuff, but there does need to be that line that's drawn, that, the boundaries that you hold for yourself, and to stand strong in those things that you believe in at a certain point. Because, we all have our points of view, and we should all honor each other's points of view, but we should also honor our own point of view equally. If not more, I don't know. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I appreciate it. Have an awesome time.